The corrupt special counsel, Jack Smith, gets a devastating blow because he's trying to silence Trump. Remember, that's the whole goal of this thing. And a court of appeals paused it. I'm going to go into the case history of why this is so false and why this is so fake and so obviously just political discrimination against Trump. Welcome to Doug in Exile. I'm Doug TenNapel. This is where all the happy people are. Let's get to the article. Appeals court pauses Trump gag order in federal election interference case. An appeals court Friday ordered an administrative stay of the gag order, barring former President Trump from targeting witnesses and the prosecutors in his federal election interference case, temporarily pausing its implementation ahead of further legal battles. This is good news. This means that as of today, Trump can now, with his voice, target witnesses and the prosecutors in his federal election. So if I were Trump, I'd get on camera right now and let it all out. The decision tees up a similar legal battle already litigated in a lower court where Judge Tanya Chutkan determined the threats and harassment resulting from Trump's social media taunts pose danger to the case and his subjects, barring him from speech that would target those involved in the case. This has never been proven. This was just announced. And this is, of course, lame when you blame Trump. This is the thing where the left always says, like, he has magic words and a magic ability to manipulate other people. This goes against a precedent where we generally give, broad leeway for political dissent and free speech in America. That's our tradition that was actually established back in 1919. I'll go over that case at the end. A 3-judge panel on the special appeals court gave Trump's team until Tuesday to make their case why Chutkan's gag order should remain on ice throughout the course of his appeal. Trump's team has argued Chutkan's order is a violation of his First Amendment rights, one that could hamper his electoral prospects. Now, this to me is key because the only reason why they're trying to gag Trump is to keep him from being able to freely run his campaign. That's what this is all about, is they're trying to perform election interference. And so Trump has to make the case, not that, oh, what I say won't harm anyone. Instead, he's saying, by you stopping me from speaking, you're keeping me from being able to campaign. Quote, as the court has explained, the First Amendment rights of participants in criminal proceedings must yield when necessary to the orderly administration of justice, a principle reflected in the Supreme Court precedent, says Chutkan wrote in her order. This is not true because the political dissent comes before legal cases. So I believe they're creating a new precedent to limit free speech because the trials are going on. I mean, Trump is orderly in the court. Chutkan went on to note the threats faced by those Trump targets, writing that Trump's attorneys, quote, never disputed that his remarks could endanger those he singles out, could endanger those. This is a dangerous precedent because the idea is that if you say anything that could be seen as dangerous, and remember, they're saying that when people act on what Trump says, it's not their fault, it's Trump's fault. Trump says all kinds of things, but it doesn't mean everyone responds or everyone acts with violence. I don't think anyone does because everyone has to choose in their own mind what to do. And then here's the legal case. This is political dissent should be protected speech by Justice Oliver Wendell Holmes in Abrams versus the United States in 1919. And Justice Holmes said, no, their speech is protected. You have to allow them to print their pamphlets and allow them to march. So Supreme Court precedents has almost always sided with free speech. It is so strong and so secure, and only Democrats and totalitarians like Jack Smith are trying to stop it. This is a super important part of the case. If they get away with it and stop Trump from campaigning or lock up his speech, his ability to dissent and say, I don't like this trial, or I think this judge is biased, he shouldn't be able to say it in a courtroom. That's where they can claim they can maintain order. But he should be able to tweet it and say it out in public all he wants. I believe the Constitution is on Trump's side on this one. And for Jack Smith and Chutkan to go against it, these people should not be in our court system because they defy their oath to protect the Constitution. I'm Doug in Exile.